Hello everyone, in today's tutorial we are going to see the trig identities. We shall see the half angles, the double angles and what? And the quotient functions and what? And the co-functions of what? Of angles. If you are new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing so that you will be notified immediately if I uploaded a new content. So first this is a triangle. Yes. If you take a look to this angle, we have the value of what? Theta. So as you all know, this is what? This is opposite and this is what? This is the adjacent and this is what? This is the hypotenuse. So you have to use what? The basic idea of trigonometric identities that we all know, which is what? So therefore what? The S stand for sine and the C stand for cos and the T stand for what? Tan. So what will be the sine? Sine theta, it will be opposite over hypotenuse. So therefore opposite over hypotenuse. The cos theta, which is A and H, which is what? The adjacent over what? Over hypotenuse. And therefore the tan theta, which is what? Opposite over what? Opposite over adjacent. So and therefore we have the what? The reciprocal what? Identities. The reciprocal identities, the cosecant theta is inverse of what? Inverse of sine, which is what? 1 over sine theta. And therefore we have secant. We have secant theta is inverse of what? Cos, which is 1 over what? Cos theta. And therefore tan what? Tan theta is the same thing as what? 1 over what? 1 over cot theta. And therefore cot theta is the same thing as what? 1 over what? 1 over tan theta. So therefore we have what? Again, we have the quotient functions. So what are the quotient functions? The two quotient functions, let's indicate it at what? QF. So therefore the quotient functions, the value of cot theta is what? Is cos theta over what? Over sin theta. And therefore the value of tan theta, it will be what? Tan theta, it will be sin what? They are inverse. They are reciprocal. Cot theta is cos over sin, and therefore tan theta, you are just going to what? Change it to what? Reciprocal, so that the sine will come to what? The numerator, and the cos will come to what? Denominator, like this. Sin theta over what? Over cos theta. So therefore these are what? These are the quotient functions. So first let me remove this. Okay, sorry, I can be able to put it, but let's say the value of adjacent is 3, the value of what? The value of opposite is 4, the value of hypotenuse is what? Is 5. So what will be the sine theta, cos theta, and what? And tan theta. So therefore the value of what? The value of sine theta will be what? Opposite over what? Hypotenuse. So therefore the value of opposite, which is 4 over the hypotenuse, which is what? Which is 5. The value of what? Cos theta, it will be what? Adjacent over what? Hypotenuse, which is adjacent 3 over the hypotenuse, which is what? Which is 5. And therefore the tan theta, which is what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. The value of opposite, which is 4, divided by the value of what? Adjacent, which is what? Which is 3. So therefore the secant theta, which is what? The inverse of sine. So as you can see, 1 over the value of sine. What is the value of sine? Which is 4 over 5. So the value of sine will automatically be equals to what? 5 over 4. You are just going to interchange it. So therefore the value of what? Secant theta, which will be equals to 1 over the value of cos. The value of cos, which is cos 3 over 5. 1 over 3 over 5. You are going to automatically change what? 3 over 5 to 5 over 3. So therefore you will eliminate the 1. So therefore automatically it will be equals to 5 over 3. Yes. So what of tan theta? As you can see, let me show you something. Tan theta is the same thing as what? 1 over cot. 1 over cot theta. So what is the value of cot? The value of what? Cot theta, it is what? Sorry, we have it here. The value of cot theta is cos over sine. Cos over what? Cos over sine. What is the value of cos? This is the value of cos. Let's say cot theta, which will be what? The value of cos, which is 3 over 5, divided by what? The value of sine, which is what? 4 over what? 4 over 5. So therefore, the cot theta is the same thing as 3 over 5 divided by what? 4 over 5. If you change the reciprocal, it will become multiplication, and therefore 5 will become, and therefore 4 here. So therefore, if I say 3 multiplied by 5, it will give me what? 15 over what? Over 20. So therefore, this is the value of what? This is the value of cotangent theta. So therefore, it will become equals to what? Tan, the value of tan theta, it will be 1 over cot. The value of cos should now be what? 15 over 20. So therefore, automatically it will be 20 over what? Over 15. So this is the value of what? Tan theta. Tan theta is the same thing as 1 over what? 1 over cot. So let's check for what? Let's check for this. If I say tan theta, don't be confused. Tan theta is the same thing as 1 over what? Cot theta. So therefore, I simplify it and I get this. So let me check whether tan theta is the same thing as sine over cos. So therefore, this is what the value of what? Tan theta. It will be equal to the value of sine, which is 4 divided by what? Divided by 5. And the value of cos, if I divide this by cos, which is what? 3 over 5. If I change the reciprocal, 4 over what? 5 multiplied by 5 over 3, it will become what? 20 and what? And 15. Wow. So this is the same thing. So therefore, as you can see, tan is the same thing as 1 over cot, and therefore what? Tan is also the same thing as what? Sine over what? Over cos. I hope you get it right. So therefore, let's see the Pythagorean identity. Pythagorean identity. So therefore, as you can see, this is Pythagorean identity. But according to the Pythagoras theorem, we have what? A square plus what? Plus b square, it is equals to what? C square. So therefore, in trig identities, under Pythagorean identities, under trig identities, we have what? We have sine square theta plus what? Plus cos square theta, it is equals to 1. So therefore, this is what? This is a formula that you have to know it. Take a sheet of paper or have a rough book on your side in order to what? To write this formula. So therefore, in this formula, we are going to prove another formula so that what? We can be able to prove any what? Any identity. So that, for example, let's say you have to prove what? Let's say prove what? Prove tan theta is the same thing as what? As sine over what? As sine over cos theta. This is just an example. We all know that this is equal to this. So therefore, there is a way that you have to what? You have to prove it. So if I say tan theta, we all know that tan theta is something as 1 over what? 1 over cot must give us sine theta over what? Over cos. So therefore, 1 over cot, 1 over is the same thing as what? As cos theta over what? Over sine theta must give us what? Sine theta over what? Over cos what? Cos theta. So therefore, 1 over cos over sine is the same thing as what? Is the same thing as what? Sine theta over what? Over cos theta will be equals to what? Sine theta over cos theta. So therefore, it's been proved. So therefore, this formula, one of this formula that we prove, that we write here, it might help you in proving some identities. So therefore, in this formula, we can be able to prove 2 formulas so that we can use them in what? In some trig identities. So therefore, let me keep this down. Sin square theta plus what? Plus cos square theta, it is equals to 1. Let me divide both sides by what? By sin square theta. If I divide both sides by sin square theta, divide both sides by what? Sin square theta, divide both sides by sin square theta. So therefore, sine square will cancel sine square. It will give me 1. So 1 plus what? As you all know, cos theta over sine theta, it is what? If you can remember, if you can pause the video and go back, I say that cot is the same thing as what? Cos over what? Over sine. And remember, I said 1 over sine is the same thing as what? Is the same thing as cosec, which is 1 over what? 1 over sine. So therefore, instead of putting cos square theta over sine square theta, I will just do what? Cot square theta, which will be equals to what? 1 over sine square theta, the same thing as what? Cosec square theta. So therefore, this is what? This is the second formula. So you have to write it down in a sheet of paper. So therefore, let me show a way that I can prove another formula. So therefore, sine what? Sine square theta, again put it down, write it down, plus what? Plus cos square theta, it is equals to what? So let me say divide both sides by cos square theta. If I divide both sides by what? By cos square theta, divide both sides by what? By cos square theta, divide both sides by what? Cos square theta. So therefore, cos square theta will cancel cos square theta. Sine theta divided by cos theta is what? It will give me what? Tan. As I said, tan theta is the same thing as what? Sine over what? Sine over cos. So therefore, this will be what? Tan theta, okay, sorry, tan square theta plus what? Plus 1. It is equals to what? What is 1 over cos? 1 over cos is the same thing as what? Sec x. It is the same thing as what? Sec square theta. So therefore, what? Sec square what? Square theta. So the right formula of this will be equals to what? 1 plus what? Plus tan square theta. It is equals to what? Sec square theta. So therefore, this is what? This is the third formula. So therefore, you have to write this down, write this, and write this. These formulas are very important in what? In trig identities. So let's see the what? The double angles, how double angles are. But before seeing the double angles, let's see whether we can talk on what? Even and odd function of trigonometric identities. So therefore, so first we have what? This is odd, and therefore this is even. So therefore, how can you understand whether tan or secant or cotangent, it is what? It is odd or even. So therefore, if I said what? If I say sine negative theta and what? And tan negative theta, and therefore what? And therefore cosecant negative theta, and therefore what? Cotangent negative theta. So therefore, as you can see, these four are what? Are odd. So therefore, this it will be equals to what? It will be equals to what? It will be equals to negative what? Negative sine theta. And therefore also tan of negative theta in bracket, it will give you what? Negative what? Negative tan theta. And therefore the cosecant, it will give me what? Secant negative theta. Negative secant theta. And therefore this will also give me what? Negative what? Cot theta. But the even function are what? Which is what? The cos negative theta and what? And secant. And secant negative theta will be what? Will be even. If I say even, what should I mean? I mean it will be what? Positive. So therefore, it will become what? Cos theta and what? And secant theta. So therefore, whenever you are asked on what? Either sin theta or tan theta, is it even or odd? So inshallah you can differentiate it. So therefore, sin, tan, cosecant, cot are what? Are odd. But the cosecant and what? And secant, they are what? They are even. So therefore, let me see the co-functions. Let's see co-functions of what? Of some trig identities. Co-functions. In the co-functions, if sine theta it is equals to what? Cos of what? Cos of 90 degree minus theta. And we all know that 90 degree is the same thing as what? Pi over 2. So therefore 180 degree is equals to what? Pi. So therefore 90 will be what? Will be pi over 2. And therefore if cos theta it is equals to what? Sine of what? 90 degree minus theta. And therefore the cosecant theta is the same thing as what? As the secant of what? 90 degree minus theta. And also the cotangent theta will be equals to what? Tan of what? 90 degree minus what? 90 degree minus theta. But you have to know that whenever a sine or cosine functions added to 90 degree, they are what? They are equivalent. What I mean is that, for instance, if cos 0 degree, it is equals to what? It is equals to sine 90 degree. So therefore, all will be equals to 1. So therefore, as you can see, I said, whenever cosine and sine functions, if are added to 90 degree, it will be equivalent. What I mean is that, this is cos 0. Cos 0 plus 90, it will give me the same 90. So therefore, when you press your calculator, cos 0 and what? Sine 90, it will be the same. And also, if I say cos what? Cos 10 degree with what? With sine 80 degree, it will be the same. And also what? If I say cos 20 degree with what? Sine 70 degree, also it will be the same. And also if I said cos what? Cos 30 degree, the same thing with what? Sine 60 degree, it will be the same, which is what? Root of 3 over 2. Which is root 3 over 2. And also if I take cos what? Let's say cos 45 degree, the same thing as what? As sine of 45 degree. Also it will be the same as what? I think it will be 1 over 2. Sorry, not 1 over 2. Root of 2 over 2. Root of 2 over 2. It will be 1 over 2 if what? If let's say cos 60 degree. Yes, cos 60 degree, it is 1 over 2. Yeah. And also sine what? Sine 30 degree, it is what? Also, it will give you 1 over 2. This will give you 1 over 2, and this will give you 1 over 2. And therefore, 60 plus 30, it is what? 90. And therefore, what next? Whenever you say cos of what? Cos 90 degree, it will give you 0. And also, sine what? Sine 0 degree, it will give you what? All will give you 0. So therefore, 90 plus 0, it will give you what? It will give you 0, but rather cos 0, it will give you what? 1. So therefore, this is what I just want you to know on what? On the co-functions. So let's see whether we can see the double angles. Sine 2 theta will be what? 2 cos theta sine theta. And therefore cos 2 theta will be what? Will be cos square theta minus what? Minus sine square theta, which is the same thing as what? At 2 cos square theta minus 1, it will be automatically 1 minus what? 2 sine what? Sine square theta. So therefore, as you can see, if you are going to get back to this 1 minus 2 sine square theta, again, we talk about the formula of what? Pythagorean identity, which is sine square plus what? plus cos square theta, which is equals to 1. If you are looking for what? If you are looking for value of what? Of sin square, you can what? You can be able to subtract what? Cos square what? Cos square theta by what? Cos square what? Theta. Cos will cancel cos, so therefore sin square theta will be equals to what? 1 minus what? 1 minus cos square theta. But if you are looking for what? The value of sine, you can be able to what? Subtract by what? Sin square theta. Subtract by what? Sin square theta. So therefore sine will cancel sine. So as you can see, the value of cos square theta, it is 1 minus sin square theta, and therefore we have the value of 2. So therefore this is how we find 1 minus 2 sine what? 1 minus 2 sin squared theta. So the value of tan 2 theta, it is what? 2 what? 2 tan theta divided by what? 1 minus tan square theta. So therefore, whenever you are given a problems under the double angles, so this formula might need in what? In solving somewhat practical problem under what? Double angle in trigonometric identities. So let me see whether we can be able to see half angles. Let's see some half angles. Half angles. In half angles, the value of sine, which is what? Theta over 2. The value of sine what? Sine theta over 2 in half angles, it will be what? Plus or minus of square root of 1 minus what? 1 minus cos theta divided by 2, and therefore plus or minus of what? 1 plus cos theta divided by 2. The difference is what? Is the sign. It has negative sign in sine, and in cos it has positive sign. So if I'm going to find the formula for what? For tan. The reason why we say theta over 2 is that we are dealing with half angles. So therefore, whenever I say tan theta multiplied by half, is the same thing as saying tan of what? Theta divided by what? Divided by 2. So therefore, we, as I said before, the value of tan. The value of tan is the same thing as what? Yes, sine over cos. The value of sine, this is sine divided by this. But if they divide, you know that 2 will cancel 2. So therefore, plus or minus square root of what? The value of 1 minus cos theta divided by what? 1 plus what? Cos theta. So therefore, let me find the value of what? Of this tan theta over 2, because I can't elevate like this. But let me multiply it by what? You can multiply either by 1 minus what? 1 minus cos theta or 1 plus cos theta, but I'm dividing by 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos what? Cos theta. So if I multiply this by this, I will end up with what? 1 minus cos what? Cos theta squared divided by what? It's the same thing as saying 1. If I say 1 multiplied by 1, it will give me 1. 1 multiplied by negative cos, it will give me negative cos theta. And therefore, cos theta multiplied by 1, it will give me plus what? Plus cos theta. Cos theta multiplied by cos, it will give me negative cos square theta. This will cancel. It will give me 1 minus what? Cos square theta. Yes. The next thing that I'm going to do is that it has this root, it contains of this numerator and denominator. So therefore, it will cancel, it will cancel. The roots will what? Will cancel. And therefore, the root will cancel the square. So therefore, this it will be equals to 1 minus what? 1 minus cos theta divided by what? Divided by 1 what? Minus what? Cos what? Divided by 1 minus what? Cos theta. But before cancelling what? You know, it's like this square root of what? 1 minus what? Cos theta squared divided by what? Into root of what? 1 minus what? Cos square theta. But before cancellation of this squared, I have to say that if I recall of what? Sin theta, sin square theta plus what? Plus cos square theta, it is equals to 1. I have the value of what? 1 minus cos square theta. So, therefore, if the cos cross what? The equal sign. It will become what? Sin square theta. It will be equals to 1 minus what? Cos square theta. So as you all know, sin square theta is the same thing as what? 1 minus cos square theta. So therefore I can what? Therefore, I can eliminate the 1 minus cos square theta and insert what? Sin square theta. So therefore, it will be what? Sin square theta, but in what? In root. So therefore, it is the same thing as 1 minus what? 1 minus cos theta divided by what? Sin theta. So therefore, this is the first formula that you can use in what? In half angles on tan, under what? Under tan. There is another way that I say that you can what? You can multiply it by what? 1 plus what? 1 plus this. 1 plus cos theta. So therefore you can use whatever you want. If you are going to what? Multiply by 1 plus cos theta or 1 minus cos theta, it will give you two formula. The first one that we do, that give us what? 1 minus what? 1 minus cos theta. And the next one that give us, if we are going to do for the next one, which is multiply by 1 plus cos theta. So whenever you find the answer, put the answer in what? In the comments section. If it is 1 plus cos or 1 minus cos divided by something sin square, I don't know. So whenever you finish, drop your answer in the comment section. And this is the end of this lesson on trig identities. This is the end of the tutorial. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and do share to your learning colleagues so that they will know more about trig identities. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Don't forget, I'm waiting for your answer. Thank you for watching.